undefined, soul's desire. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm on fire, fire, burning, burning out of control, taking me higher, higher, a feeling I can't hold on my own.
Well, hello and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm Innerji The Metaphysical Crone, and I will be here with you for the next hour doing readings. We'll be playing games, talking about moon phases and so much more. But in the meantime, come on in and say hello. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how you're doing today. I hope you are doing well. And Danielle is here, and Danielle says, hi, sweetheart. Well, hello, sweet thing. Great to see you here. So yeah, come on in and say hello. Let me know you are here. Now, I'm starting off the show with a little bit of an announcement tonight, because if you are one of the people that has been having a bit of trouble with the Mercury retrograde, good news, Mercury has gone direct today, so things will get back on track. And Chiara is here, Innerji with stars. Hi, Chiara, welcome. Danielle says, I'm Danielle from Warwick or Warwick, Rhode Island, United States. Oh, nice. And Clint, hello, Clint, welcome. Clint says, hi, Innerji from Chicago. From Chicago. I love it. I love the musical Chicago as well, by the way. That's how I make these correlations with the different cities in the US. Now, before we get started, let's go through some of the rules that we have here at My Psychic Connection around your readings. So obviously I will be doing the free 2-minute readings, but when that bell goes ding, 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 I need to stop. That doesn't mean you can't have a longer and more in-depth reading. This is where the donations come in. You have a choice of the quick read, which is timed but longer than the 2-minute read. We also have untimed readings with the mini, the medium, and the mega. And with the mega, you can ask up to four different questions. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? And of course, because these are untimed, they take as long as they take to get the information out to you. So if you would like to make a donation, all you have to do is pop on over to YouTube and you will see a link in the comments. Click on the link. Make sure that you type in your question. And when you type in your question and you click the link, make sure you're using the same name as the platform that you're donating from, because otherwise, if you use a different name, we can't marry up your question to your donation, and that takes a little bit of time. So please make sure that you do that. And of course, a portion of your donation, we will be paying it forward to the amazing Shriners Children's Hospital. They are an amazing hospital that help children in need, regardless of whether the families can pay for those services or not. That is a hospital that comes from the heart. So let's support them with some donations tonight. Now, the types of questions. If you would like to have a general question, please head on over to the mypsychicconnection.com website. That is the best place to have your general questions answered. And we have an amazing array of psychic readers there who will do that for you. And the reason for that is sometimes with general questions, there will be information that will come up that you don't want anyone else to know about. You don't want it broadcast, because we go to over 196 platforms all around the world. So that's why for general questions, go to mypsychicconnection.com and you can have that read there for you. Now, the other thing I want to say about questions is please make them as specific as you can. I need some detail. A general question is, what will happen to me this month? Or will I find love? Or, what finances are there for me? What we want is a bit more juicy meat. So if it's a finance question, you can say, well, look, I am expecting some money to come to me. Will that happen in September? Or it could be, I am looking to be in a relationship, I'm single, you know, what might happen around me meeting someone. So that's the idea around being more specific about your questions. All right, now, the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight is the emoji competition. It's starting now. So start keying in your favorite emojis. Key in my favorite emoji. Of course, I love my kangaroos and blue hearts, but let's see those emojis. Let's make it a real competition. I am going to challenge you to outdo each other with the most number of emojis for the show, because the person who keys in the most emojis will win a special tea reading from me towards the end of the show. So stick around for that. The other thing I want to talk about is we're going to do the Colors of Life game again. More about that later. And as you can see by my background, for those of you who are on YouTube, I am looking at the phases of the moon again this week. So more information around that as well. Okay, are you ready to start? Are you ready to go? Because I'm going to start talking about the Crone's contemplation. Yes, I'm an old crone and I like to contemplate. So my Crone's contemplation, I drew a card earlier, and the card that came out for tonight for us all to contemplate is, what if I stay true to myself? What does being true to ourselves mean? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And in what ways do you stay true to you? Put that in the comments. And as we go through the show, we'll chat about it. And we'll chat about how we can be our authentic selves and when it can be hard and when it can be easier. So have a think about that. That's your contemplation for tonight. What if I stay true to myself? All right, now with all of that, let's get this show moving. What have we got first? Oh Lordy, it's the lightning round. People, are you ready? Are you ready for this lightning round? Now, if you've never played the lightning round, by the way, if you're new tonight, let me know that as well as we go through the show. But if you've never played the lightning round, here is how it works. You start keying in your questions right now. Start keying in your questions, and we have 3 minutes to play this game. Now, the wonderful thing about the lightning round is you can ask as many questions as you want, but there is a but. They have to be only yes/no questions. What do I mean by that? What I mean is I can only answer yes, no, or in some cases, undetermined. So here we go with Flora. Hi, Flora. Great to see you here again. And Flora asks, will I find love this year? Let's have a look. No, but. Clint. Hi, Clint. Does Erin want a relationship with me? Undetermined at this stage. Scorpio, should I go to my family reunion in September? Yes. Flora, will I be happy again? Yes, but. Scorpio asks, are my kids going to the reunion? Oh, good question. Undetermined. Mariana, hello, Mariana. Mariana asks, will Christian's Secrets come out next month? So that's September we're looking at, isn't it? Only a couple of days away. No. Flora, will I retire this year? Let's have a look. That's undetermined. Scorpio, is there something seriously wrong with my vehicle? Oh, let's have a look. Yes, but. Mariana, will money come next month? Let's see. Yes. Danielle, will this new job work out? Well, congratulations on the new job, Danielle. Undetermined. Scorpio, does my roommate have any intention on moving out this year? Let's see. No. Mohit, hi Mohit, lovely to see you. Mohit asks, is it a good idea to connect with my ex, Rebecca? No. 3 minutes go fast. Wow, some great questions. Thank you so much. And of course, with any question that is a yes, no answer, there is always so much more that sits behind that story. You know, life isn't just straight yes or straight no. There's all the reasons behind it. There's all the what's behind it, the how's, the why sitting behind it. And that's why for all of us here at My Psychic Connection, as much as we love the lightning round, it can be challenging not to want to tell you what else is going on around that yes or no answer. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's take our next question. Who do we have, please? And Clint. Clint asks, is my review going to turn out in my favor? All right, Clint, let's have a look at that. And Clint, can you tell me, is your review job related or is it to do with something else? That will just help me open that up a little bit more quickly for you. Is your review going to go well, this review? I feel it's going to be a mixed bag for you, Clint, this review. I have the Knight of Cups reverse, financial, not job. Thank you very much. So this financial review, I feel like emotionally it is going to be stressful for you. I feel emotionally you want to move forward and get this sorted out. So I feel that there's a strong stress level attached to it. I do feel, why I'm saying it's a mixed bag, I've got the Lovers card, but I've also got the 5 of Coins. So I feel it will kind of balance out, but not as favorably as you are expecting it to be because of this 5 of Coins. This is the card of looking at what else do I need, what haven't I got, as opposed to what I have got. It's not enough. And the Lovers card is about trying to balance that out. The other card I have is the 7 of Cups reversed. So I feel like you've got to stay focused around this and really listen to what is being said in the review. My feeling, my gut instinct is that you've got to be careful that you don't hone in on one negative thing that's said and then let that color the whole review. You need to look at the balance of it all. And that's that Lovers card, looking at the balance of the review. Look at the positives, look at the negatives, rather than just honing in on the negatives, because it isn't going to be just a straightforward positive review. Let's add a T coin or two to that. I have the Cross, and this is saying, look, have faith in the process. You may not like. Oh, we've got the bell. Clint, thank you so much for your question. I do hope that you have found that to be of help. And of course, we appreciate your feedback on all the readings that we do here at My Psychic Connection. So and Clint says, thank you so much. Clint, you're really welcome. It was lovely to read for you. So if you would like to leave a review, you can go to journeyryanlive.com/reviews and leave your review there. Now, when you do that, you will also be in the running to win a quick read coming up on one of our live shows. This happens once a month. So a winner is drawn once a month for a live read on one of the shows. And that's just another way of saying thank you so much for your feedback. So put in those reviews and you will go in the running. And we love to know what you think. We love to hear your feedback. That is really good. Okay, so with all of that, let's go to our next question. Who do we have, please? Danielle. Danielle asks, I was wondering if my marriage was going to get better over time. All right, well, let's have a look. Is your marriage going to get better over time? So I'm going to look at between now and the end of the year. I'm going to look at the first 3 months of 2025 and the second 3 months. All right, at the moment, I feel you've got a bit of a long haul till the end of the year. I don't see a huge change, but I do see connection starting to open up in terms of better communication. This Two of Swords, when it's upright, they're not talking to each other. They've got their backs to each other. And so there's been a lack of communication. But I do feel over the next 3 months, whilst your marriage is not going to be completely back on track, I kind of see a crack that the communication can start to open. And I'm not just talking about the everyday things. I'm talking about the deep, heartfelt communication. As we move into 2025, I've got the Queen of Swords. I see that you're going to be the one that leads the way in initiating or instigating communication. I feel that you really need to look at this marriage and really look at it from the outside in, not just from your perspective looking out. It's almost like you have to step back as though you were looking at two other people who are married, and what do you see happening in that marriage? That is going to guide you in a very positive way on how to start communicating, how to make that communication work more effectively going into 2025. Two of Pentacles here reversed. And what I'm seeing with this Two of Pentacles is that I'm looking around sort of April through to June next year. I'm seeing that you will make a decision about this one way or the other. I feel like you've been working on this for quite a while, and I feel that... And we've got the bell. Danielle, thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate all the questions that we have here at My Psychic Connection. And of course, if you would like a 2-minute free reading, make sure that you put your question in the chat, make it detailed, make it contextual, make it juicy. I love juicy readings. And of course, don't forget, you can donate for a reading as well. We have the choice of the mini, which is timed. We have the medium, the quick read, which is timed, the mini, the medium, and the mega. They are untimed. So if you really want to dive deep into a situation, then make that donation, click on the link. Okay, now, who's been thinking about being true to themselves? What are your viewpoints on how you are true to yourself, and maybe areas you can improve on? And Chiara says, honoring our boundaries and feelings. Chiara, that is so true. Excuse the pun. Boundaries. Boundaries are so important about what is acceptable to us and what isn't. And boundaries around what we will do for others and what we won't do for others. That's part of being truly, authentically you. And the other side that Chiara mentioned was feelings. Being true to how you're feeling. Yes, of course, there are times where, we're a bit down in the dumps and we put on a happy face to get through something, but that's different from this core truth of who we are and how we're truly feeling. And lots of times when it comes to being authentically you, it's about looking at the difficult stuff. It's about looking at the shadow stuff. So it could be looking at those negative feelings that you have and looking at why they're there and what they mean and how you can deal with them and turn them around into something more positive. So as we go through the show, keep putting up your comments about what being true to you means for you and how you apply that in your daily life, because it's easy to talk about it. It's really hard to do it. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Laurie-Ann. Hi, Laurie-Ann. Welcome. Welcome. And Laurie-Ann's question is my house selling before the end of 2024? So, okay, we've got about 3 months left for the sale of this house. So let's have a look. Will it sell before the end of this year? Oh. Okay, the first card I have is a really positive one. It's the Strength card. So I feel in the sale of this house, you're in a very strong position with it. I feel that you've done all the right things to get it out there, and I feel that you're coming from a strong foundation in trying to sell it. I've got the King of Wands reversed, and this is saying to me that there is still, it's a little bit slow. I feel like it's not going to be a quick sale, so I don't see it happening in September, for example. I'm seeing it is going to take a little bit longer. However, I feel that you've got to look at the long-term goal of what you want from this sale. I've got the Three of Wands here. So I do feel it's closer towards the end of the year. So like around that end of November coming into December rather than September, October. And I've also got the 10 of Cups here, and it says that the sale will go through. It will be a good sale for you. I feel it will go well, but it is just going to take a little bit longer than you're anticipating. So I do see that November, December even easing into early January next year, but you are coming from a very, very strong position. Let's add some T-coins to that and see how that looks. And we've got the dancing shoes, and we have the treasure chest. So with the dancing shoes, it's saying you can breathe more easily. You can breathe more easily. You've done everything that you can do, and don't over obsess about it. With the treasure chest, that's saying, yes, you will be able to sell it, and I think that you will get a good price. Thank you so much for your question. I hope you have found that helpful. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was we have that, and Lorianne says, thank you, Innerji, wonderful reader. You are so welcome. Don't forget to leave a review at journeyridelive.com/reviews. That way you can go into that draw. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about Mercury retrograde going direct. I know people hold up their hands in horror when Mercury goes direct because of the effects on communication, the effects on technology, internet, all that kind of thing. But Mercury retrograde isn't always a horror. We need to look at it from different perspectives. So when Mercury is retrograde, I hope you took that time to review things, review how you communicate, review how you've done things, because now that it's going direct, then you can move forward in a new way. You've gone back and reviewed things. And so how you communicate now, how you manage your ideas, because Mercury is about our ideas, it's also about learning, and it's also about going fast. So with this Mercury retrograde now just turning direct, you are ready to move forward. So if you've been holding off on doing anything with your technology, if you've been holding off on those deeper communications, you're now in a better position to move ahead with them. Okay, what have we got next, please? And it's the Colors of Life game. Okay, so before the show, I chose a color. I told our wonderful team in the back so they know what it is. And so all you have to do is put in as many guesses as you can about the color that I have chosen. Now, I love to encourage people to use their intuition with this game. It's a great practice. So while I'm thinking about the color now, I'm seeing the color in my mind's eye, and I am sending that frequency out to you. So for the next couple of minutes, start keying in your guesses or your intuitions around which color I have chosen. Now, I will give you a little hint. It is not one of the primary colors. It is a shade of a color. So keep going with those. And while we're doing that, I wanted to talk a little bit about tomorrow's numerology for you. Tomorrow we're looking at Thursday, the 29th of August. It's already that here in Australia where I am, and that reduces down to the number 9. So tomorrow is a great day to finish things up. It's a great day to complete things. It's a great day for you to look beyond your own world as well. It's a great day to get a handle on what's happening around you. But the key thing I see tomorrow is for you to really be a little bit more generous, whether it being generous with your time, generous with your energy. Be there for others as well as for yourself. And the downside is, or the shadow side is, that your energy might be a little bit scattered tomorrow. So be aware of that as well. But keep those guesses coming in. I am going to tell you a little bit more of a hint that it is kind of a shade of blue, maybe leaning towards a blue-green color. So keep those guesses coming, see what you think, and see if you can guess the color. The color also is great for, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the meaning of the color I've chosen and see if that helps you. This is a great color for compassion. Oh, Chiara's won. Congratulations, Chiara. Yes, the winning color is beautiful turquoise, one of my favorite colors of blue, shades of blue-green. So Chiara, just so that we all know a little bit about turquoise, it's a color of compassion. It brings in calmness. Just think of a calm tropical sea. And Chiara goes, yay! Yes, congratulations. It's also great for communication. Turquoise, we talk about blue, sky blue being for the throat chakra. I also use turquoise for the throat chakra and also down for the thymus chakra as well. So that can help with communication. It can help with growth. It can help with peace. It's a very peaceful, empathetic color as well. The negative side is that it can be a little bit stressed at times with this color. This color can bring a bit of secrecy, holding back information. But overall, this is a wonderful color of the element of water. Now, Chiara, congratulations. Let's do your reading for you. I am going to use what I call my hybrid oracle deck. It's 2 oracle decks in one by the same artist. And then I will draw a color card for you. So let's see what we have. What is your message? And of course, this is the only time I do a general reading, which is when we're playing games here on the channel. But if you would like a general reading just for yourself, then you can go to Journey Ryan Live. Sorry, not Journey Ryan Life, mypsychicconnection.com, and you can get a general read there. But for you, Chiara, your special general reading. Here we go. So the first card I have is about nurturing yourself. Nurturance is the word, and it's about restoring your balance. So I feel for you, Chiara, things are a little bit helter-skelter at the moment, a little bit sort of off to one side. And I feel partly it's because you're not focusing on you. You're focusing on everybody else, and it's time to put the focus back on you. How can you better nurture yourself? How can you better feel more at peace with yourself to get that balance back? Because when we're out of balance, our peace levels go out the window. We're jittery, we're scattered, like that number 9 energy of tomorrow in its negative form. We can be somewhat scattered. So I feel that you need to take some time out for you to nurture you, not just about what you eat in terms of beautiful food, but nurture your spirit, nurture your heart, nurture your mind. And Chiara says, yes, that is exactly what I'm learning to do, nurture myself. Well, you're on the way, my dear. You are on the way. The next card I have is hope. Stay hopeful. Don't let this out of balance get you down. We've got a tendency sometimes when it gets a little bit hard as we're making changes for ourselves, particularly when it's changing, say, self-nurturing habits, that we can kind of get there and we go, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And so all the self-doubt starts to come in. So you've got to stay positive and stay hopeful as you are traveling through this. And interesting, we're talking about being true to oneself. In nurturing yourself, it's about your authenticity. It's about being true to you. It's not allowing other people's opinions, other people's ideas, or other people's should and shouldn'ts take away from you being true to yourself, for you being your authentic self. Let's do a color card for you and see what that says. Here we go. Oh, this is perfect for you. We've got the color silver, and this is the energy of being persistent. But this is about being persistent in a quiet way, in an assertive way, but not an aggressive way. You know, sometimes when we're persistent about things, we get so stubborn about it that it actually then we become stuck. So this is saying be persistent in how you nurture yourself, how you move forward. Stay positive, stay hopeful, and be that beautiful, authentic soul that you truly are. Congratulations on being tonight's Colours of Life winner. And of course, we will be playing that again next week. Okay, what have we got next? Let's see what's happening. And Lorianne says, yes, being true to me is being honest, direct, and very clear about how I present myself to the public. Wow, Lorianne, that is very clear, because lots of times when we're trying to be true to ourselves, we say, well, what is truth for me? What does being true mean for me? And we can get ourselves very, very confused about it. And I love that you're so clear. And Chiara says, thank you. Nurturing myself has been me learning to honor my authenticity. Yes, that is another way to be true to yourself. This reading that I did for Chiara can apply to so many of us, that when we're nurturing ourselves, when we're doing the best things for ourselves, we are then being true to ourselves as well. Some of the other ways that you can be true to yourself as well is that, how can I put this? It's about expressing your feelings honestly, and there are different ways to express your feelings honestly. I'm a Sagittarius. I can get a bit blunt about it. People like Cancerians will do it in a direct but softer way than a Sagittarian. So expressing your feelings honestly, it's about how you express them. So the authenticity is you expressing your honest feelings, you being true to yourself, but it's how you send the message. That is the key to how you get a response, what type of reaction you get, because it can be a bit scary opening ourselves up about our feelings, like our really deep, honest feelings as well. But let me know as we go through the show how else you show how you are being true to yourself. Okay, what have we got next, please? Okay, it's the lightning round, round 2. As I always say, on this show, lightning strikes twice in the same place. So get ready. Start keying in your yes, no questions. Remember, I can only say yes, no, or undetermined. Now, why undetermined? Well, sometimes there is not a clear yes to your question, and sometimes there isn't a clear no. So that's why I say undetermined, because there's a lot more to it that impacts whether it turns into a yes or no. So start putting up those yes, no questions. I want you to challenge me with them, because I love answering them, but I have to zip my lips once I've said yes, no, or undetermined. The other thing I want to say about yes, no questions is if you get a no to something that you really want, I don't want you to fall down in a heap and think, oh, that's it, that's the end. No's can be changed. It's the story behind the no that you need to understand to see whether the no actually is a good thing for you in the long run, or whether there are influences that can turn it into a yes. So come on, let's do it. Challenge me with those yes, no questions. And Rachel Sunshine asks, is he faithful? Undetermined. Laurie Ann, will my online stalkers get their due justice? Oh, wow. Let's have a look. Undetermined. Gosh, 2 undetermineds in a row. Scorpio, will I find true love next year? Yes. Emma Rose, will I ever experience pure joy again? Yes. Scorpio, is my dog depressed? Let's have a look. No. Keep those questions coming. That was a really interesting question. Is my dog depressed? Oh, I like that. Emma Rose, would I ever make a good mother in the future? Undetermined. Scorpio, will I find a job in the next 2 months? No. Keep those questions coming. I love being challenged. Emma Rose, am I stronger than I know? Yes. Laurie Ann, will I get a new car before the end of 2024? Let's see for you. No. Keep those questions coming. They're great questions, by the way. Gosh, there's so much juice behind those yes-no questions. So keep them coming, because the lightning round is still going on. In fact, I'm going to ask myself, do you ever do this to yourself? Ask yourself a yes-no question. My yes-no question is, will I go to the gym after the show today? No. Saving it for tomorrow. All right, we've still got a little bit of time left. So let's keep those questions coming. The other thing I want to say about yes, no questions is that it's how we ask the question when it comes to yes, no questions. We can actually bias our questions with yes or no depending on how we ask them. So be aware of that as well. Lorianne says, are we moving in state or out of state? Well, that's not a yes, no question. I will just ask if you're moving out of state. And the answer is no. Keep them coming. Am I looking? Vicky, hi Vicky, welcome. Vicky's from Australia. She's down under where I am. And Vicky asks, am I looking in the right suburb? Let's see. No. Keep them coming. That was a really good question because it was quite specific and it was very clear about getting a yes or no answer on that one. That's for sure. Whew. And there we have it. Another lightning round done and dusted. Now, have you been putting in some comments about what being true to you really means? And Emma Rose, speaking the truth even if our voice shakes. Yes, it can be scary speaking your truth because you don't know how people are going to react, do you? That is a really good one. And yes, being brave, speaking our truth takes courage. Being authentic takes courage because we are expected to fit in so many ways. And if your truth, your authenticity is about being a bit different in some areas of your life, well, that can be really, really hard. And that's where the courage comes in. Here are some examples of authenticity. This is a person who speaks their mind and expresses their true feelings, even if it's not what the other person or people want to hear. So yes, that is definitely a good one. Another example of being true to yourself is a person who embraces their unique qualities and quirks. A lot of people don't believe in tarot. I do. I used to hide my tarot self from the world for a long time, but now, no, I'm being true to myself in that way. So how are you being true to you when it comes to your own kind of unique qualities and quirks? I'd love to hear from you as well about that. All right, what have we got next, please? And Flora asks, will I find new love this year? I've been divorced for 5 years. Great, that's a great question. Will you find love this year? So we've got about September, October, November, December. So we've got 4 months to look at for you, Flora. And I am using my relationship deck. Here we go. September, October, November, December. I've got a no for September. I've got the Five of Swords here. And I feel that you've still got some stuff from the past. I know your divorce was 5 years ago, but emotions and moving on is not something that has an end date necessarily on it, like it specifically happens at this time. So I kind of feel that, yes, you want to move into a new relationship, but I feel that you're not quite ready yet in September. I feel that there's still some things that you have to think through and deal with from that past relationship that are still kind of hurting you, that are still kind of putting up a barrier, a block. That's what I'm seeing. October. I'm not seeing new love coming in on October either. I've got the Page of Swords reversed. I feel that it's about the thing about wanting to go into a new relationship, particularly when you've come through a divorce, and I know it's been 5 years, but I do feel it's about how you perceive what you're wanting from that next relationship. And that's something that you need to consider. What is it that you're wanting? It's so easy to say what you don't want in a relationship, but you've got to think now about what is it that I want in a loving, long-term relationship. That's where you need to put your energy for the next couple of months. When we go to November, I've got the Six of Cups. And this is about you coming into your heart space. I do feel, again, I've got a solo woman, so I don't see you finding love again in November. There's so much more I wanted to say about that one. Thank you so much for your question. And of course, if you would like to dive deeper into your question, this is for everybody, then you can make a donation. So all you have to do is come over to YouTube if you're in one of the radio stations and click on the link that makes the donation. Then you put in your question. Make sure that the name that you use for your donation and the name that you use for your question are the same so we can quickly get your question out. And Lorianne says, great advice, Innerji, so complete and helpful. You're so welcome, Lorianne. And Lorianne says, Innerji, you are more than a psychic card reader. You're an outstanding intuitive counselor. Great life advice with each reading. Oh, thank you so much, Lorianne. I'm going to encourage you to head on over to journeyrhinelive.com/reviews and pop that review on there, because by popping the review on that platform, on that website, you will go in the running to possibly bring a live reading here on one of the shows. So I thank you so much for that feedback, but put it onto the website, and that way you won't miss out on going into the running to possibly win a live reading here on one of the shows. I love hearing what people think about the readings, because, you know, not just me, all the readers here, we put our heart and soul into our readings. So thank you so much for that. That's really got me going emotionally. All right, let's move on. What have we got next? May I have a love read on my relationship, please? I'd appreciate it very much. Is he with only me? All right, well, let's have a look and see if this person is only with you. So again, I will use my relationship deck for you. Is this person, well, I'm going to start off by looking at the relationship as a whole. I'm going to look at you in the relationship, and I'm going to look at the other person in the relationship as well. I've got the Tower card. That's the first card I've got up. And the Tower card is reversed here. So I do feel like there's been a slow distancing that's been going on within this relationship. I feel like you're not both on the same page, and this is what's got you worried. In terms of you, I've got the Lovers card. You want this relationship to work. You are in 100%. That's what I see there. The other card I've got is the Star. And this Star card is looking beyond, looking outward, looking further afield, shall we say. I'm not going to say that this person is definitely with someone else, but I do feel like they're not fully focused on you in this relationship. And that may require a conversation. I do feel, however, that this person isn't going anywhere soon. I feel that there are real feelings there for you, but this person is someone who's kind of looking around, hedging their bets, so to speak. And it's not necessarily because they want to leave you, but they're not fully ready to make that final commitment, if that makes sense. Let's add some T-coins to that and see what we have for you. I've got the Mask. So this is saying to me that the other person is not telling the full story. So I do feel that they are holding back information, holding back on something. And I've got the Dragon. And the Dragon is saying to me that you need to stand in your own power. I thought we were going to do a third lightning round then. Whew, that would have put me to the test, wouldn't it? All right, look, thank you so much for your question. I do hope you found that to be of help. And again, another very, very good specific question, which is what I love. So how are we going with those comments on being true to yourself, being truly authentic? How are you true to yourself? How are you true to yourself whilst maintaining relationships? Lorianne says, being true to self is a person who is fearless and wants to grow. Growth, yes. When you're true to yourself, you are looking at how you want to grow, how you want to evolve. That is really nice. Sometimes it can be scary though. You know, sometimes the fear can be there initially, particularly if you are changing things about who you are in a way that other people might be either surprised about or might not accept. And that's where the courage comes into play. Some other ways that you can be true to yourself is looking at your beliefs and values. What do you believe? What do you value? You know, what are your spiritual beliefs? What are your beliefs around what a relationship looks like? What are your beliefs around career? You know, what do they look like to you, and how authentic can you be around those questions? You see, the thing about being our true selves, it's not we just say, I'm going to be my true self. It's an evolving process. It's something that we continuously work on because we are challenged by life, challenged by experiences in how we respond. And that then says, am I going to be my true self in this situation? Will it be of benefit? Or do I need to step back a little? That's an interesting question to contemplate as well. Okay, so what have we got next? Let's talk astrology. Okay. If you missed last week's show, I talked about the phases of the moon, and I talked about the first few phases. There are a total of 8 phases, and I just bring them down into 4 main ones. We started off last week with a new moon. So that's setting new intentions, planting the seeds for something that you want to bring in as the moon grows in light. Then we had the waxing moon. Once we've set the intentions, the waxing moon is about how we take actions to make that happen, how we take actions to bring it in. And then, of course, we come to the full moon, which is what I want to talk about tonight. The full moon is about the culmination. It's the peak. The moon is at its brightest, at its lightest. It's the full reflection of the sun to the earth. And so when you're looking at using the moon phases to manifest something, the full moon is that peak point. It's that point of culmination. So it's a great moon to review what you've been manifesting, to see, has it occurred in the way you wanted? Has it occurred in a different way? And what can you do actually during this full moon to take it to the next level before the moon starts to decrease in its light? Then we move into the waning moon, and there are 3 phases of the waning moon. The waning moon is about what we want to release from our lives, what we want to let go of. So, for example, a waning moon is a good time to let go of old habits that you don't want to have in your life anymore. It's about, how else can I put this? It's about honoring who you are not anymore, since we're talking about truth and authenticity tonight. So the waning moon is about release, letting go. And this is how you can use the moons in each of their phases. The moon takes approximately 29.5 days to go from new moon to full moon to back to new moon again. So you have this month time frame that you can utilize when you are wanting to manifest something. And the other thing I wanted to say about the full moon, I almost forgot, full moon is a fabulous time for deeper spiritual connection. It's a fabulous time to reflect. It's also a great time to cleanse and charge your crystals, putting them out under a full moon. So be aware of that. So we've got a new moon coming up. That was what I wanted to mention as well. We've got the new moon in Virgo, and that is coming up on the 2nd of September. That's this Monday, and that's at 9:55 p.m. That's Eastern time. And this new moon in Virgo is a great energy to start planting the seeds, setting your intentions in the areas around your work, your everyday work, your job. It's also great to start getting organized in new ways. And Lorianne says, wow, new revelations to me. I really enjoyed knowing these facts about the moon. I am so glad. I do work with the moon phases myself a lot, and they are really, really helpful. It also brings awareness and mindfulness of the flow of energies in our lives, because the moon is a cycle. So with that new... Well, I'm glad you liked that. And I hope everyone else enjoyed the phases of the moon. They are fascinating, and it's one of the easiest things to see in the sky. We can look up and we can see all those phases. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. So let's move on. What have we got next? And Annette, hello Annette, Annette from Australia. Hello, lovely to see you here. And Annette says, since having ankle surgery and my husband passing a few years ago, I have felt lost and stuck. Can you please give me advice moving forward? My sweet, I would be delighted to look at that for you. Feeling stuck, the loss, my heart goes out to you. It's not easy to lose a partner. And then you've been going through some of your own physical challenges as well. Let's have a look at moving forward from being stuck. What can you do? What will it look like? I've got the Two of Wands as my first card for you, Annette, and I feel like The fact that you're even asking the question means that you're starting to contemplate that there is something that you can move away from and move towards. And so this Two of Wands is about you looking back at your values. And it's interesting we're talking about truth and authenticity tonight, because I feel it's about you learning to be you again, coming back to yourself, coming back to the spiritual aspects of yourself that maybe have fallen by the wayside due to the experiences that you have had. So this Two of Wands is saying that that spark is coming back. And I feel like you've got a couple of ways that you can go. So what I see at the moment is that you just take time to figure out, well, who am I now? Who have I been and who am I now? And who do I want to be? What path do I want to take? Because this is a free will choice. I also have the Nine of Cups, or in this case, the Nine of Wine Glasses. And this is saying to me that it's there. The wish is there. The want is there. I feel that you've been scared to make a decision. I feel that part of this feeling stuck is that you're scared that is the shoe going to fall again? What's the next thing that's going to go wrong? So I feel that you're coming from a sense of fear. With this Seven of Cups reversed, oh gosh, there is so much depth to that one that I would love to have gone into with you, Annette, but it is so lovely to see you here, and I do hope that is of help. And moving on, moving forward, this is for everyone. Moving on, moving forward, when we're feeling stuck, it can be so hard. It feels sometimes like our entire selves are super glued into the past, where that feeling of stuck began. And it's about doing it little bit by little bit. So when I'm feeling stuck, I think, well, what's one small thing that I could do that's different, that might move me in a positive direction? Even if it's not something that I do for the long term, just taking that first step is really important. And it doesn't have to be a huge change. Changing ourselves takes time, and it takes effort and work. So sometimes when we're feeling stuck, it's about changing something really little. And then once we've done that, and Annette says, thank you so much. It helps heaps. And Annette, it's so lovely to see you. It really is. And taking that little small change, taking that little small step, and then congratulating yourself when you've done it, seeing the achievement of making that small change. That will help all of us whenever we're feeling stuck to start that moving forward process. Okay, what have we got next, please? Wow. It's the emoji contest winner. I can't believe it. We have got there already. And Chiara, congratulations. You are tonight's emoji contest winner. That is fantastic. Your fingers must be burning from keying in all those emojis. Okay, well, I am going to be doing right now and Chiara says, yay! All right, so let's have a look and do your special tea leaf reading. Well, let's see what is in the cup for you tonight. So I am using my tarot symbols cup for this particular reading. And as you can see, there's lots of empty space, and all the tea leaves are here at the top of the cup, just over to the left. Now, what I'm seeing here, when I look at this set of tea leaves, I'm seeing a person who's sitting cross-legged, and they're reaching up. And coming up from their head, it looks like they're reaching out mentally. It's almost like they're trying to reach out and make a spiritual connection, because it's all leading up to the High Priestess. And this is about making a connection to start using your intuition once again. The base of the tea leaves is over the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is about the luck and good fortune that we bring into our lives. And that wheel is always turning. So what I'm seeing here is, at the moment, you're in a state where you're wanting to bring something new, something positive, something that is abundant and brings good fortune into your life. But I see you really straining and struggling to use your intuition to see what that is. I feel that there is a lot of confusion for you at the moment. And the reason for this confusion is I have the Magician over here. And underneath the Magician, I have a straight leaf, which says to me this is foundation and underlying. And I see a tree that has lost some of its branches. It's not fully formed. And so I feel at the moment you have some skill sets that are missing, that is getting in the way of you being able to use your intuition to make these positive changes in your life. Now, if I come around the cup a little bit further, I have the Empress here, and I have some tea leaves over the Empress. This is saying that there is a small opportunity here for you to be creative, for you to birth something new. But the focus at the moment is on clearing up this intuitive connection, getting a clear insight into trusting your own intuition, your own feelings about what it is that you need to do. And then looking at the gaps in your skill set of intuition so that you can find out what they are and grow from them. Let's add some charms. Let's see what we have. And we have the cowboy hat and we have the tent. The tent is saying to me that you need to take some time out. I feel it's almost like you've got to get to know yourself on a spiritual level all over again. And the way to do that is to take a short retreat, having some time out, having some quiet time. The cowboy symbol to me is all about doing things differently. There is an old saying that, that one's a bit of a cowboy about that. And so what I'm seeing here is that you need to find your own way. I feel that one of the things that I've seen here with all this confusion is that you're taking in all of other people's thoughts, opinions about how you use your intuition and about how to manifest what it is that you want in your life, instead of looking at what it is with this magician that you already know. So it's time to let go of other people's opinions, other people's thoughts on the matter, and really go deep within yourself, forgetting the boundaries, forgetting the rules, forgetting the guidelines that you've had up to this point and starting afresh. And that's about bringing in that creativity of the Empress, that birthing of something new. So I feel that you are on the way to something new, but it's not quite there yet. You have a lot of confusion and you need to clear that first. Congratulations on being tonight's emoji winner. I do hope you found that to be of help, Chiara, and thank you for playing the game. We will have another emoji competition happening again next week. Well, there we have it. We've come to the end of the show already. I do hope you've enjoyed being here as much as I have. And don't forget, you can leave a review for any of the readings that you've received tonight. And Chiara says thank you. You are so welcome, Chiara. Very, very welcome. So remember, and very helpful. Well, thank you. I'm glad it was. That's my aim. I've done my job if I feel that someone has gained some insight into what is going on in their situation. But don't forget, if you'd like to leave a review, you can go to journeyryanlive.com/reviews and go into that competition to possibly win a live reading on one of the shows. And speaking of shows, there are more to come. Heaps more. Tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, it's our own beautiful Cassidy the Card Slinger with her amazing array of decks and insights. Then on Friday night, if you want to speak with Spirit, then you want to speak with Journey Ryan Live. Journey Ryan Live will be going live at 10 p.m. on Friday evening. And if you're looking for a mediumship reading, that is the show to go to if you're looking for one this week. And of course, we've got 10 p.m. Monday night, Kay the Intuitive Empath with her amazing show. And of course, Kay is an amazing medium as well. So that's another fabulous opportunity. In fact, heaps of opportunities for mediumship readings. So if you would like to have one of those, make sure you tune into the shows so that you can donate for a mediumship reading as well. Then Tuesday night at 10 p.m, we're going to the forest with Whispers from the Forest with our own beautiful psychic squirrel. And then I will be back again this time next Wednesday night. I'm Innerji the Metaphysical Crone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having the fun with me. I really enjoyed being here with you. Until next time, mwah, many blessings to you.